What do you call a cat that can bowl? An alley cat. What do you call a turtle with a GPS? A navigator. What do you call a cow that just had a calf? Decalcinated. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. What do you call a knight who's afraid to fight? Surrender. What do you call a penguin in the desert? Lost. What do you call a dog magician? A labracadabrador. What do you call a fish that performs surgery? A sturgeon. What do you call a rabbit with fleas? Bugs Bunny. What do you call a dinosaur that sleeps all day? A dino snore. What do you call a horse that lives next door? A neighbor. What do you call a pig that paints? A portrait artist. What do you call a bear caught in the rain? A drizzly bear. What do you call a cow that can play an instrument? A musician. What do you call a man with a wooden head? Edward. What do you call a man with 3 wooden heads? Edward Woodward. What do you call a man with a shovel on his head? Doug. What do you call a man without a shovel on his head? Douglas. What do you call a man with a spade on his head? Pete. What do you call a man in a pile of leaves? Russell. What do you call a man with a car on his head? Jack. What do you call a man under a pile of logs? Woody. What do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff. What do you call a man in a hole? Phil. What do you call a man with a map on his head? Miles. What do you call a man with a number plate on his head? Reggie. What do you call a man with a stone on his head? Rock. What do you call a man with a coat on his head? Mac. What do you call a man with a saddle on his head? Monty. What do you call a man with a rubber toe? Roberto. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. What do you call a man with no arms and no legs in the sea? Bob. What do you call a dog with no legs? It doesn't matter what you call him, he still won't come. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work? A can't opener. What do you call a belt made out of watches? A waste of time. What do you call a boomerang that won't come back? A stick. What do you call a bee that can't make up its mind? A maybe. What do you call a dinosaur with no eyes? Doryuthinkosaurus. What do you call a boar with no ears? Anything you want, he can't hear you. What do you call a frog with no hind legs? Unhoppy. What do you call a camel with no hump? Humphrey. What do you call a magician who's lost his magic? Ian. What do you call a pig that does karate? A pork chop. What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? An abdominal snowman. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter? An irrelevant. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. What do you call a sheep with no legs? A cloud.